but I don't consider it a Disney Channel original movie for some reason. I consider it like its own thing.
Another
That
show that
makes
I
sense.
can always go back to. That does make sense. It adds up, doesn't it?
It really does. I'm scared of the Irish. No, there was a wasn't
That
there
was
like a
good.
scene?
That was a good
Oh,
one.
really?
I'm
What's your
gonna
number
get
five?
canceled for my list. Like I already know, like I have some controversial takes.
Uh-oh.
Um,
What's up, spammers? Welcome back. We're your hosts, Crystal and Nyla, and today we're gonna have ourselves a fun little episode, which caused us a lot of stress and isn't really that much fun, but it's fun.
yes.
Also, I feel like this is a really good way to get to know people.
Yeah, I think it is. I agree. You like learn a lot from people's
Mhm.
favorites.
Yeah. So we're gonna be ranking all of our favorite childhood shows, both Nickelodeon and Disney. Oh, and also Pixar. But I'm mad at Nyla because you made me pick between Pixar movies, and that's hard. Like, how do you pick? But I
I'm mad
came
at
up with a
you.
list nonetheless. I know.
Crystal came
See
up with
this
this
episode.
idea.
Yeah. See, this episode can break friendships,
It really
or it can
can.
make them.
Hmm.
All right. Well, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into it because we have a lot to get through.
Also, guys, make sure you like and subscribe because, obviously we say it later on in the video as well, but just a little reminder, do it now. Hit that like and
Yes.
subscribe button, check out the links below, or wait till the end of the episode.
So let's start off with the first question. I feel like honestly, this is like a really good way to get to know someone, like to find out if you guys are meant to be friends or not.
Mhm.
So I guess we'll be finding out today if me and Nyla will be friends. Our first question is Disney or Nickelodeon?
Oh God. Okay, listen, they both have here's the spiel. They both have their pluses, they both have their minuses. They both have really amazing shows, you know. They're both there, okay?
Yes.
And I love them both growing up and nostalgic reasons. Okay. Wow, this
Also,
is
let's
such a hard
say
answer.
controversies aside, because both
Yeah.
have their controversies and we are aware of it. But let's be honest, when we were growing up, we attached some nostalgia to these shows, so that's what we're picking based off of.
Okay, so growing up, my answer probably would have been different than it is now. I
Mm,
want to put that out there.
okay.
I'm gonna say Disney.
Really?
Now I think my answer is Disney. I growing up, I was 100%. I'm not like the other girls, and I was a Nickelodeon stan. But I think now, also Disney just owns everything now. Because like,
Yeah.
if you think about it, Marvel, Star Wars, like I have to say Disney.
Yeah. Honestly, like that is so hard because like yeah. Oh man, I feel like they both have their plus sides.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah. No, now I'm struggling. I think I ooh, that is actually really hard.
And
This
it's
feels
hard to
life
say
or
it.
death.
Yeah, it's hard to say it out loud. Like admitting that to me right now was a lot.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to go with Disney too, just because I feel like the shows were more like they taught you something
Hmm.
versus Nickelodeon was more like funny.
Yeah.
So, okay, I think I'm gonna have to go with Disney.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Maybe age like 5 to 9-ish, you're more
Hmm.
Nickelodeon because it's funny. But
Hmm.
then like 9 to teens, it's more Disney because you actually relate to the characters too. So
For us, because
for
we're
us,
old.
yes. Yes, because teens now would probably be caught dead
They're
watching
watching
Disney.
you on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, let's go off of that question and
Yes.
let's rank, which is this is where we were struggling because
Yeah.
we took some time to
Mhm.
really put this list together.
We
But
were
let's
supposed to be
start off.
recording, and
Yeah.
instead we were just making lists.
Yes. Which I think was more important, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yes.
Ranking. Yeah. So let's start off by ranking our top. Which one? Nick? Disney?
Yeah, let's go Nickelodeon live action first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're gonna rank these. So we did a rank list of 5
Yes.
shows, and we're gonna start with our number 5 and work up to our number 1. So, do you wanna start or should I start?
I also disclaimer, we did this, like, literally right now. These might not be our for sure answers. This is just in the moment, what
In the
we're
moment.
feeling.
If you ask us tomorrow, we might be a different person, and we
Mhm.
might rank these completely
It could
differently.
be it really could be so different. I can go with my number 5 first, I guess,
Okay.
because I know Crystal's nervous. You
Yeah.
can see it in her face. My number 5 for live action Nickelodeon is True Jackson VP.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm,
See, I don't remember that one as much. I remember watching it,
mhm.
but it didn't stick in my head. I don't know
This
if
might
maybe I
be
was
an age
phasing
thing.
out, but I do remember because I remember Robbie Amell was
Robbie
on
Amell
it.
and Keke Palmer, dude, I love and, the guy from Rags, Max, yeah,
Mm.
it was a good show, it was
Yeah.
stacked, it was funny, I love Keke Palmer so
Yeah,
much,
she's
like
the best. I
mhm,
love her.
and Robbie Amell,
Yeah.
we all know.
Yeah.
If you don't know, go to our first episode.
Oh, yeah, literally. That's where we started off.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm.
My number 5 is That's a Classified School Survival Guide.
Solid number
Yeah.
5, yeah.
We're starting off good.
Starting off
Um,
solid.
yes. Also, they're a competition now because they also have a podcast.
I know.
Or they're gonna start a
Or no, I
podcast.
don't think they're our competition. If they want if they want us to talk
Oh,
to them,
they're gonna, like, surpass us for sure.
yeah, or if they wanna come talk to us
Oh,
and
yeah,
give
we would
us
love to.
yeah, well, you made
Mhm.
it to our top 5.
Mhm.
You're on my list too, so coming up,
Ooh,
yeah.
a little higher.
Mhm.
Okay. My number 4, this one I'm curious to see if you've watched it because I think it was more of, like, my time, so I'm
Probably.
not sure. House of Anubis.
Oh, I remember that show, but, like, not
It's
enough to
major
make my
cringe.
list. Yeah,
Yeah,
not enough
yeah.
to make my list.
Okay,
Mhm,
that's valid.
mhm,
House of Anubis was one of those shows that's, like, major cringy, but it was so good, and the way I crushed on the guy, like, the main
mhm.
guy, and they were British,
Yeah.
so of course, of
Us
course.
it was a good show. I actually, like, from what I
Right?
remember, it was a good show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one. What's your number 4?
Okay, my number 4, another wow, I've my list of celebrities, iCarly. iCarly's my number 4.
Really? That's
Mhm.
interesting.
Yes. Yes, because you is it higher for you? Is that
Yeah.
why it's interesting? Yeah,
It is hard.
yeah, iCarly's number 4. Again, great show. I loved it. I loved everyone on it. We know if you don't know, go watch our book episode where
Yes.
I talk about meeting Jeanette, but, yeah, so iCarly, I think, is at number 4.
You've met the 2
Yeah.
celebrities in your number 5 and number 4.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. But I'm also curious though, now that you put iCarly at number 4, I'm
Yeah.
curious what's higher.
Mhm.
Okay, so my number 3 is Drake and Josh.
Nice, 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 because my number 3 is also Drake and Josh.
Okay, so I think we're pretty good on that one. We're
Yeah.
tied.
So,
For
okay, so for Drake and Josh is higher than iCarly for me because like, nostalgia-wise, I go back to
mm,
Drake and Josh. Like,
mm,
I grew up with Drake and Josh, and, like,
yeah.
Josh Peck literally was my entire life, you know? I loved him. Again,
Mhm.
we all know, or at least Crystal knows, I like the ones that not everyone else likes, and so
Mhm.
everyone was crushing on Drake Bell, and I was over here like, "Josh is so funny," like, I love Josh.
Uh,
And then, Miranda Cosgrove's character in that show, I forgot her name,
Megan.
Megan. Megan, I loved Megan,
Yes.
and Spencer was in that show, like, the whole movie theater, like, that fact that Josh worked at the movie theater, I love the movie theater so much.
Okay, fun fact. I was so close to the movie theater when I was in California. I could have gone, but I didn't find out about it until after I came back.
No.
Yeah. But yeah,
Where is it?
it's like in between Santa Barbara and some of the surrounding cities.
Okay.
It's like around there.
I'll have to do research, but,
Yeah.
yeah, the whole movie theater and just, like, the parents, and I don't know, Drake and Josh just, like, a lot of it stayed in my memory. Like, I was younger when I watched Drake and Josh, and so I think it's just very, very nostalgia based, which is why it's higher than iCarly for me. So I
Mm.
can't wait to hear your reasoning on why it's flip-flopped.
Mm. Yeah, actually mine is the complete opposite of yours.
Mhm.
So, my reasoning for why Drake and Josh is in the middle is the
Mhm.
opposite of yours because I also loved Drake and Josh growing up, obviously have, like, the nostalgia and everything,
Mhm.
but it's lower because of Drake. He would make me so mad because poor Josh was just trying to live his life.
Yeah.
And Drake over here, all he was worried about was hooking up with girls, and no one will believe Josh. So I was like, I was mad, and I'm still mad to this day. I'm still beefing with Drake silently. And so that's why he's in the middle, or they're in the middle.
I also, for me, because like we said earlier, Nickelodeon was more comedy based. Like
Mm-hmm.
iCarly got a little bit more real, and Drake and
Mm.
Josh was just pure comedy.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. And then what's your number two?
Okay, so my number two is Ned's Declassified.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
interesting. Okay.
I love the school setting. I loved it so
Mm.
much.
It was such a good show, honestly. Like, it
Mhm.
was like the most random things too. Like,
Mhm.
but then it did also have, honestly, Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide
A
was
lot of
kind of,
lessons
yeah, it was kind of giving Disney. Like, it had lessons in there,
every episode.
and the comedy, and then
Mhm.
the random weasel or whatever, they would always struggle to find it. And also the last episode was the best episode.
Yeah, I love that. I love that show. There's
Mhm.
not much I can say about it. The janitor. Oh my God, hold on. Sorry, I need a second. I
Have you met the
need
janitor? No.
No, I have not. Gordy,
Mm.
he's important. He's important because he did so much in Disney. Or no, He did
Nickelodeon.
he did so much in Nickelodeon. Like, he was the voice of Cosmo.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was the janitor there, and then he comes up in a later in my number one. So, hint, hint.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm interested in what your number one is. Have I said my number two? No.
No.
Okay, my number two is Zoe 101.
Oh my God. Okay.
Is that your number one?
No.
Oh, it's not
But
on there.
it was going to be my number 5. It was going to
Mm,
be my number 5, but I had to give it to Kiki Palmer. But yes, number 2 is a good spot. Is a great
yeah.
spot for Zoe 101.
Zoe 1 was just so good. Like,
Mhm.
for the reason why you like Nessa Classified, I like Zoe 101 because of the school setting,
Mhm.
which also I've passed by. It's the
PCH, yeah.
PCH, which is, it's like a college or a university. I
Malibu,
forget what it's
yeah.
called. Pepperdine University, yes.
Mhm.
And I always thought it was so cool. And like the whole like dorm room setting, like they got to live on campus, the
Mhm.
food, like the food places they would go to. I don't know. It's just, I would have loved to go to the school if it actually
Mhm.
existed.
Yeah, Logan and Quinn's enemies to lover
Yes, that is
timeline.
the best
The
enemies to lover.
the
That
best.
that was the
Um,
OG.
Victoria Justice. I think
Yes.
I liked her better in Zoe 101 than I did in Victoria's.
Yes, so many people. It's so cool going back and watching these shows now because you notice all of the people that started off guest
Mhm.
starring on shows.
Mhm.
And so that was really cool because I think even um Jenna McCurdy was on there too.
I did not know
She guest starred
that.
on it.
Wow.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
So yeah, that it was cool to go back and watch that. But
Yeah.
let's do our number ones.
Alright, you go first,
My
'cause
number one is iCarly.
Mhm.
I just, that show, like, despite the whole controversy thing, like, I acknowledge it, but it was one of my favorite shows,
It
and
is a
I'm
really
not
good
gonna
show.
deny it. Like, it was just, it was the best.
Mhm.
And I wanted a web show so bad. I remember me and my cousins would film web shows in this very room.
Aw.
I don't know where any of those videos are anymore, but it was a good time. What's
Mhm.
your number one?
I mean, listen.
I'm curious.
Have you not figured it out?
No.
It's Big Time Rush.
Oh, I knew that when I was
Mhm.
looking at the list, but I forgot about Victoria.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have much to say about that.
She went to go see him in concert.
Yeah, as a 22-year-old,
She got to relive her
I
childhood.
did. I love that show. I watched every episode multiple times. Like, I have rewatched that show over and over and over again. Like, that is a show I will always go back to. They are so funny. They shout out Fiji a lot in that show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Fiji's mentioned way too many times in that show. So, like,
Mm.
I felt seen. That was like the original boy band. Like, there's so much about that. And then, so Gordy
Mhm.
from Ned's Declassified, he's in Big Time Rush. And
Oh, what does he
so,
play?
he's like the handyman at their, it's not a
Oh.
hotel, it's like a living situation where like child actors come and live. Oh, Buddha Bob. His name in Big Time Rush was
Mm.
Buddha Bob. You think about Nickelodeon shows, Big Time Rush doesn't even pop in your head.
It really doesn't.
Mm-mm.
I think it was more of like a like not underground, but
It
like
was. I will
Kind of, right?
I'm a gatekeep.
No, but okay. So the reason I loved Big Time Rush, like the show,
Mhm.
but for a couple of things. One, I didn't think they were an actual band. I thought it was just for the show.
Oh, yeah, they were a little
Yeah.
band.
And then the second thing, I think I was too into One Direction that I was like One Direction or die. So I didn't get into them
Big
cuz
Time Rush came first.
but I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did.
I you're like I knew.
I love Big Time Rush.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And I
Mhm.
did know that, but I just forgot about it.
Yeah. I was like,
Alright.
Crystal should know this already.
Alright, so since we're on the Nickelodeon,
Nickelodeon.
should we just rank our animated?
Yes, yes, we
Alright.
should. Animated.
Alright, so one thing is that I feel like Nickelodeon animated shows are unbeatable.
100% better.
Unbeatable.
100%. I mean, Disney didn't have much.
Mm-mm. The only ones that I remember and that I really, really liked from Disney was
Phineas and
Brandy and
Ferb.
Mr. Whiskers.
Oh, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers also.
Oh,
Phineas and
Phineas and Ferb.
Ferb. You must have been phasing out by
I
Phineas and
was kind of
Ferb.
phasing out.
Yeah, I loved Phineas and Ferb.
But I
And
remember
then
watching Phineas and Ferb for Ashley Tisdale because I was a huge fan of Ashley Tisdale. I loved her.
Candace.
Justice for Sharpay.
Nickelodeon did have way more animated shows, like animated shows for when you were older, like when you were
Yeah.
like, because Disney's animated shows were all children's shows mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay. So let's start
yes.
ranking.
It's your turn to start.
Okay. Again, we're gonna do number 5 to number 1. My number 5 is Fairly Odd Parents.
So is mine.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I was gonna say watch this matchup, but I don't think so because I think your number 1's gonna be different.
Yeah,
But
I think the rest are gonna be different, but Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd Parents because it was a good show, but I don't think it was better than some of these other ones.
Yeah,
But it was
I
good. It
liked
was
it a lot.
iconic.
Yeah.
All right, let's move to number 4.
Mm-hmm.
My number 4. Oh, you go, because I
Oh,
already did
okay.
number 5.
My number 4 is Danny Phantom.
Oh, I had a crush on Danny Phantom,
Oh,
but
didn't
he
we
didn't make
all?
my list.
He made my list. Okay, it was between Danny Phantom and Jimmy Neutron, and I know a lot of people did not like Jimmy Neutron, and I love that show. Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
I love Jimmy Neutron. I don't know why, but Danny Phantom, I think, stayed in my head a little bit more than
Mhm.
Jimmy Neutron did, and that's why it's at number 4. I also used to be like, I was a scaredy cat. We all know this. Check out Halloween episode. I was a scaredy cat, and so for me to watch Danny Phantom was like a big deal because he was a ghost
Mhm.
hunter, and I could watch it.
Mm.
I
Danny
felt
Phantom was
cool.
really good though.
It was a good show.
And I used to love the girl's style. Like his love interest. I thought she
Mhm.
was so cool.
Yeah. I
All
need
right.
a Danny Phantom so I can dress like her for Halloween.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna start taking applications for Danny Phantoms. um, requirements white.
My DMs are open.
No, you're not denying this. All right. My number 4 is Rugrats All Grown Up.
I'm offended.
Yeah,
I'm
I know. That's
offended.
controversial. Is this when I
I'm
get canceled?
offended. I'm offended.
I loved Rugrats All Grown Up. Like, don't get me wrong.
It was a good show. It was a
love
good show.
Rugrats.
It was a
I
good show.
love Rugrats. The original, like the kids.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, I watched Rugrats All Grown Up when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were the coolest people ever. I was like, these people glowed up. They are so cool, and I
I have a
aspire to be like
chance.
them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that I just love Rugrats All Grown Up. It beats Rugrats, regular Rugrats for me. But I do love Rugrats, like the
Yeah.
show. I can't really pick, but if I had to pick, Rugrats All Grown Up.
Honestly, even though it's a hot take, I respect you for it because it was a
Thank you.
really good show. Like, it was really cool to see them grown up.
Yeah, and they had like real life scenarios in it
Mhm.
too. So that's why I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to our number 3. Mine is Jimmy Neutron.
Okay. Yeah.
I love
Jimmy
Jimmy
Neutron was a really good
Neutron.
show. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like oh, and I also this was another enemies to lover, Jimmy and Cindy. I think her name was Cindy or Cynthia.
Yeah.
Cindy, right?
I think it was Cindy,
I think
but
it was Cindy.
yeah.
That was another enemies to lovers.
Cynthia was the doll in Rugrats.
Yeah. That's what I was like, I don't think that. But yeah,
Yeah.
I loved them. I thought they were so cute.
People think that show's annoying.
Why?
I don't know, but people think that show's annoying.
Really? Maybe it's
Yeah.
like the animation style because it was different from
Or
all
the
the other ones.
characters. The characters weren't like Sheen.
Oh, Sheen was annoying.
Sheen was so annoying. But I love that show. That show
Yeah.
was so it was just like I don't know what about it. I liked science too, so I get it. I understand why it's
Mhm.
your number 3.
Yeah. Also, I
Mhm.
love the movie, like the alien one.
Mhm.
It was really good.
Mhm.
Um, and then when
My
Carl gets butt pregnant, uh, I always remember
I
that.
loved Carl. I
Carl
just
was the
loved
best.
Carl.
Justice for Carl.
Yeah, justice for Carl.
All right, what was your number three?
Rugrats.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I big Rugrats fan. I watched all of it. Again, another show I could go back to and like rewatch over and over again. I was so sad when they took it off of Netflix when I was a kid.
Mm.
Well, not a kid, but like teenager. But I was like so mad because
I
I
was
would
so
watch
mad when they
Rugrats.
took it off of Netflix last week.
Yeah, I was so mad last week. But even the Rugrats movie, Rugrats in
The
Paris, like
Paris one,
mhm,
we have that on VHS. It was my favorite. I love that one.
I love the Rugrats.
That's when Chucky's dad met Kimmy's mom.
Mhm.
Oh man, I'm
Which
gonna
was
start
so
crying now.
funny because of Chucky.
No, literally.
Yeah. So
Uh,
that is definitely up there
mhm.
for me.
So I'm curious then what your number two is.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Mine too.
Yeah.
For number two?
Yeah.
What? I thought that was gonna be your number one.
No. Number 2. There's
Oh,
another one. Or number
okay,
1. Yeah.
okay. Oh,
SpongeBob's my number 2.
oh,
Number
mine
2.
too.
Yeah.
Because SpongeBob is unbeatable. You can watch it as an adult. You can watch it as a kid. It's
Yeah.
funny. My favorite SpongeBob episode was a Christmas episode. The one
Oh,
where
that
they
was a
like
good one.
decorated the houses, and then everyone in Bikini Bottom came and they were like singing.
Mhm.
But I've never seen it again. I only saw it one time. I've never seen it again.
Mhm.
But it was my favorite episode.
My favorite was the Rock Bottom one. That one
Remind
used to
me.
scare me. When he took the bus all the way to Rock Bottom.
Is that the one with the bus like would like go
Mhm.
in and out? I
That
can't
one was
touch that one.
scary, but
I have
I don't know
trauma.
why. I would rewatch it all the time.
Oh, also
But
the
not as
movies were so good.
yeah, the SpongeBob movies were also really good.
Have you
I
seen
love
any of the
SpongeBob.
new ones that came out?
I
It's
haven't seen it since
hard.
I was a kid.
It's hard to watch the new ones.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, number one. I'm curious what your number one is if your SpongeBob made it to number two.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. My
Go
number
ahead.
one, if you know me, you know.
Mhm.
Hey Arnold's.
Yeah.
It just I had a crush on Hey Arnold when I was little. It's like it was his character, like who
Mhm.
he was as a person, not because he had a football head. It
He
was
literally
just
had a football head.
I
You just
know,
toss him.
but he was just so sweet. Like he was just
Mhm.
such a sweet kid, and I just love Hey Arnold. I have it on DVD. I'll rewatch
Mhm.
it a million times. It's my comfort show. So it's my number one. What's your
Yeah.
number one?
Well, honorable mentions to also Rocket Power and the Wild Thornberries because like that was all the same time. I was a little young, so like I knew of them really well. Crystal's still in shock.
They would be on my list.
You want
They
to
would
redo
they
it?
would be on my list. Okay, no.
You're
It's too
good?
late. I forgot
Okay.
about it. I forgot about it.
So yeah, honorable mention to those three. Hey Arnold, Rocket Power, and Wild Thornberry. I loved all three of them. Weren't like prominent enough to make my list.
Mm,
Because that's more Crystal's time than mine.
valid.
My number one is actually Avatar: The Last Airbender.
See, I never got into Avatar: The Last
I did.
Airbender.
I did. And honorable mention also to Legend of Korra.
Mm,
So yeah, that is my favorite Nickelodeon animated show of all time. Another
that
show that
makes
I
sense.
can always go back to. That does make sense. It adds up, doesn't it?
It really does.
So yeah, that's our Nickelodeon animated list.
All right. So now we're moving to Disney and we're going to rank
Mhm.
our top 5 live action Disney shows.
Mhm.
And I'm curious because again, me and Nyla, where
Age
there's
gap.
3 years between us, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like we were pretty close. Like I think I phased out of Disney about like a year or two before
Before
Nyla
me,
did.
probably.
So I'm curious to see how our list goes.
Mhm.
All right. So number 5 to number 1. My number 5 is Shake It Up. Because it was a good show,
It
but it
was a
was a
good
little bit
show.
later too.
It
And
was a
I
good
mean, come
show.
on, there were so many good, so many. I can't speak right now. There were even better shows previous to that one,
Yeah.
but it still made it on the list. It's my number 5.
I'm
What's your
gonna
number
get
5?
canceled for my list. Like I already know, like I have some controversial takes.
Uh-oh.
Um, okay, my number 5 is Sunny with a Chance.
Oh, you know what? That's okay, because that was a good show.
I
I liked
really
it.
liked that show. It was funny. I love sketch comedy. In fact, this is when I was like, do the sequels like count?
Mhm.
Because So Random. There was a show called So
Oh.
Random where it was just like the show that's inside Sunny with a Chance that they do inside Sunny with a
Mm.
Chance, but it was just so random.
So
And
random.
it was the one after Demi left. And
Mm.
so I really liked So Random. I've watched again another show I've gone back to.
Mhm.
But I did like Sunny with a Chance. Like I loved Sunny. I love Chad. I like them together and like just every character. It was funny. I like the funny
Mhm.
shows, and so that's why it's my number 5.
Okay, that makes sense. I really like Sunny with a Chance too, but I don't think it made it onto my
It
list.
was
But
between
it
that
was a
and
good
Shake It
one.
Up for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
They were kind of around the same time too, so that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your number 4?
Okay, again, this is where it gets controversial. My number 4 is Hannah Montana.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow.
Listen, I am not like other girls. It was a good show. That's all I have to say about it. I don't really have much to say about why it's number 4.
You know what? It's valid. It makes sense. If you're not into Hannah Montana, you're not into Hannah
No, I mean,
Montana.
hey, I was into it enough that I made the list. It was still a really, really good
True.
show.
It beat out a bunch of other ones.
Yes, it did.
That
Just
makes
not
sense.
higher than number 4.
That makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. My number 4 is That's So Raven. Because it was
Yeah.
a really good show. I loved it. Also representation, but it's just there's just some other shows that go above it for me. But That's So Raven was a really good show.
Yeah. That
I
one
think
was
that's my hot take because I'm pretty sure it ranks higher for a lot of people. But
yeah, it did not make my list. A spoiler. Yeah, but it was up there. It was
Ooh.
up there. I thought about it. I thought about it a
Okay.
lot. Okay, there's Disney was the hardest one to do.
It really is. There's
Like
so
the
many good
Nickelodeon
shows.
ones were so easy, but the Disney
Yeah.
Channel one was really hard for me to do.
Yeah. And and also like at the end of the day, like it doesn't matter what number on our list it made. It's just every show was good, but these are just the ones that stood out more to us.
Mhm.
So number 3.
Yeah. It's your turn.
Oh, am I doing okay?
Mhm.
My number 3 is Wizards of Waverly Place. What's your number 3?
Sweet Life on Deck. I know.
Goodbye.
I
Episode
know.
over.
I'm sorry. I know.
No, it's okay. It's valid because I'm sure maybe Wizards ranked higher on yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
But with Sweet Life on Deck again, okay, it when we were making these lists, it was so hard for me to pick between like the current show and like the sequel. Like it's
Hmm.
so hard. I had to really like sit there and think about it. Like which one am I like likely to go back and rewatch? I will go back and rewatch all of these most likely.
Hmm.
Even with That's So Raven, Corey in the House. Corey in the House was one of
Corey in the
my
House.
favorite shows. Like
So
that
good.
almost made it to the list, which is why I had to mention like So Random with Sunny with a Chance. Disney had too many spin-offs.
Yeah, but they
So
were
it was
good.
hard. Yeah,
They
they
were
were
good
all good.
spinoffs.
They were all good. So yeah, number
Yeah.
3, Wizards for you, Sweet Life on Deck.
Okay. What's your number 2?
Wizards away with the place.
Okay. My number 2 is Hannah Montana. I love
Okay.
Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Miley's my girl.
Yeah.
I love it. I want another spin-off. Hannah Montana Forever. So good. I
Mhm.
loved her little barn room that she shared with Lily.
Mhm.
I wish I could live all of these people's lives.
Mhm.
It was a good time.
Yeah, and Wizards for me, I am the biggest Selena Gomez stan. I loved Selena Gomez, like she was my favorite, and I loved every single person in Wizards of Waverly Place. Like Justin Russo, one of the earliest crushes I ever had. Like he was,
Really?
yes,
I thought he was so
yes,
annoying.
everyone did. Again, I'm not. How many times am I gonna say that this episode? I really
I'm
just
not like
like,
other girls.
yeah, and like I like the ones that no one else liked. Everyone liked
Mhm.
Max. Everyone thought like Jake T. Austin was the cutest little boy in the
Really? I thought
world.
he was annoying too.
He was annoying. I thought he was very annoying, but like Justin, I was like Justin, and then Harper,
Mhm.
Mason,
I loved Mason.
the
See, that's who I had a
parents.
crush on.
Yeah, I oh yeah, him too. Greg Sulkin. But yeah, I Wizards. I love that show.
Mhm.
I wanted to be a wizard.
Me too. Me too.
Mhm.
Honestly, like, see, this is why it's so hard because, yeah, like, I loved Wizards of Waverly Place too. Oh, it's so hard. Okay. My number one. Is it my
Okay.
turn or your turn?
Yeah, our number ones are practically, I think, the same, but a little bit
Mine's the
different.
spin-off. Okay. Mine is Sweet Life on Deck.
Minus 11 Zach and Cody.
Okay. So my reasoning why Sweet Life on Deck is the top. I probably would not have said this if you asked little me,
Mhm.
but the reason why I ranked Sweet Life on Deck higher than Wizards of Waverly Place, which I mean Hannah Montana's in the middle, but I already explained that. But the
Mhm.
reason why I ranked them differently is because I sat down and rewatched Sweet Life on Deck all the way through, and I died laughing. I think it's
Mhm.
so funny, and I rewatched Wizards of Waverly Place, but I didn't finish it.
Mhm.
Just I don't know. I just think Sweet Life. I can't talk. I keep wanting to say Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Mhm.
Sweet Life on Deck was just one that I could rewatch a million times, but every show was good.
Mhm.
And then, what was your reasoning?
Because Sweet Life on Deck didn't have Julio Esteban Ricardo. I can't do
Esteban
it
Julio
anymore.
Ricardo Montoya de la Rosa Ramirez.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
practiced that one.
I used to be able to do it. I can't do it anymore. But it didn't have Esteban. It didn't have the mom.
Mm-hmm.
And those two like made
Made the show for you.
yeah, they were key parts of the show, you know. And then Mr.
Yeah.
Mosby like teaching London how to drive and like London and Maddie working at like the candy
Maddie wasn't on
Maddie,
there.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Forget everyone else. Maddie.
Maddie.
Um,
Yeah.
I just think it's more nostalgic. I love both of them. Again, spinoff
Mm-hmm.
was really good. Wizards was just higher because I really liked Wizards. Like
Mm-hmm.
Wizards was almost my top pick, but I watched a lot of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody,
Mm-hmm.
like a little too much.
Wait, who did you have a crush on?
Cody,
Me too. Okay.
because
That
everyone
was
liked Zach.
I it's not because everyone liked Zach for me. It's because Zach was annoying. If someone's
Yeah.
annoying, I don't like them. I
hmm
just don't. I can't.
Cody was sweet. Cody was
He
like really
was.
genuinely adorable, and I still like Cole Sprouse. Riverdale,
Nowadays, though, they kind of go back and forth for me. It's like one day Zach is cute, or Zach. I call them their
Dylan.
their sweet life names. Dylan is sometimes cuter than Cole. Sometimes Cole is cuter than Dylan.
I
But
liked I liked Cole during the beginning of Riverdale.
yeah, I think for me, it's because I'm not really into long hair, and they alternate like who grows longer hair.
They
I
do.
think that's when they switch for me.
Yeah. I'm talking about like first season of Riverdale Cole.
Yeah.
When he
Oh,
came back,
yeah.
everyone was like, "Oh my God, Cole Sprouse." And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I've always liked him. I've always liked him. Gatekeep.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Honestly, like I feel we we grew up with them. Like
hmm
they really were our childhood.
Yeah.
We saw them grow up. Whereas like some of the other ones we saw them a little later on.
hmm
But Zach and Cody, we grew up with them.
Yep. Whether it was at the hotel or whether it was on the boat,
Mm-hmm.
they were both so good. Like it's really hard to pick. Like it
Yeah.
was very, very difficult to pick.
Yes. Next, this one was really hard,
Mhm.
but we tried to pick between our favorite Disney Channel original movies. So this was so hard that we literally had to increase our list from 5
To
to 10.
10. Yeah. There's too many. There's way too many. I could
Too many.
not name just 5.
Mm-mm. If you were to ask me, I think Disney Channel had different eras.
hmm
There's the older movies, there's the newer movies, both equally as good, and I could not pick 5 if you combine those two eras.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to do 10.
hmm
So let's just get right into the list because it's going to
Yes.
take us a while to
I
get
do
through
have
it.
honorary mentions. Want to get rid of them now.
Oh, me as well. Me as well.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What are your honorary mentions?
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure,
Mm-hmm.
Radio Rebel,
Yes.
Let It Shine.
I didn't watch that one. I think I was out of Disney by then.
It's Everybody Hates Chris.
I know, but
Yeah.
it has Keke Palmer in it too,
No,
right?
that was Coco Jones. hmm
Oh, so the one with Keke Palmer.
That's
Oh, I was
Rags.
thinking of Jumpin' with Corbin Blue and her and
hmm
Keke Palmer. That's an honorary mention for me.
hmm
Okay.
And then Cowbells.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My honorary mentions are Get a Clue. I don't know if you saw that one.
I've never
You
seen
see
them.
one?
Mm-mm.
It's the one with Lindsay Lohan. Really? That
I
one
don't
was so
remember
good.
it.
I love that one. It's like I think you would like it. It's like
Mhm.
a mystery type of
Oh, I do like a mystery.
movie. Yeah. It's really good. And then another honorary mention for me is also one that I feel like didn't get as much hype, but I thought it was really good. Teen Beach Movie.
I've never seen it.
Really?
I've never seen it.
The songs are like pretty lit. I liked
Don't
it.
stop,
So
stop the music. That's all I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you remember more than me.
Maya Mitchell, Ross Lynch. Honestly, I never saw it, but
Yes.
like, yeah.
You should. Should
Descendants.
watch it.
I'm gonna put Descendants
I
in
never
there.
saw Descendants.
I'm gonna put Descendants in there.
I never
My little cousin obsessed, so I watched all of them. Yeah.
mm, okay. Yeah, I've
I was
never seen
old
that one.
though.
Although yeah, it was more younger kids.
Hmm.
Makes sense. Okay, let's get into this list, Nyla. All right.
Okay, my number 10 you just mentioned, so I'm gonna say it.
Ooh.
It was Jump In.
Oh, okay.
I used to
Okay,
double
that's
dutch,
valid.
so I
Oh,
was really
really?
into it. Yeah, I used to double
Like I was
dutch.
a double dutcher.
Not
Me
competitively.
too.
Not competitively, yeah. But I used to just really
Mm-mm.
like double dutch. I used to really like jump roping, so that's why I really like
Mm-hmm.
jumping.
Ah, yeah, no, I would double dutch too. Like I wasn't good. I don't think I was like really good. I couldn't do any
Hmm.
cool tricks, but I remember in PE class we would
Hmm.
do like the double swings. I mean double swings, double ropes,
Yeah,
and it was a lot of fun. It was like hard though. Like
it was
that's a
not
skill.
easy. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I miss being able to double
Um,
dutch. Can't do it now.
do you think you could do it now?
I
Do you
could
think you
swing it
could?
for sure. I don't know if I could do the. I don't know if I could jump.
I think you could. I think you could.
Thank you for
You
having
could do
hope
it,
in me.
Nyla.
I don't know. No.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna like preface this. My top five, I mean, bottom five aren't really bottom five. They're just older Disney. And then my
Okay.
top five are newer Disney.
Okay.
So yeah, I
Hmm.
basically divided them.
Okay.
Okay. My number 10 technically is Stuck in the Suburbs.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I recently rewatched it and it was really good.
Yeah.
So
Danielle Panabaker. I love her.
Brenda Song.
Brenda Song. It was a really good movie.
It was.
It was really interesting to watch because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I don't technically live in like a suburb, and so it was like interesting getting that point of view. And it was also
Mm-hmm.
funny. It was a good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved it. Number four. I
Number
mean,
four.
number
Crystal's
nine,
number 4.
technically.
Yeah.
Yes. Mine is Read It and Weep.
Ah, yes. That was one of my honorary mentions also. I didn't put it in there, but
Daniel Panabaker. She's
mm-hmm.
in that one.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her sister were in a lot of Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
They were our childhood.
Yep. And that one was that was also a good one. Me saying that
What's your
just to
number
every
nine?
single one.
I
My number
know. That's a good
9
one.
is The Luck of the Irish.
Oh, that one scared me a little bit. I don't know why. When I
No,
was younger, it
I can
scared
understand
me.
that. I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's the Irish. Chris was scared of Irish.
I'm scared of the Irish. No, there was wasn't
That
there
was
like a
good.
scene?
That was a good
Oh,
one.
really? Thank you.
Mhm.
No, I think there a scene where like a leprechaun is like really like close to
I think
the
so.
screen or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's why I was scared of it.
I just I liked the basketball aspect of it, and it was a sports movie, and it was really interesting,
Mm.
and so it's my number 9.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I wonder if this one movie's on your list because you said that, but
Okay.
we'll
Oh.
see when we get there.
Hmm.
All right,
8.
number number 8. Mine is Cowbells.
Okay. Yeah.
This is just us justifying each other's lists. That's all we say. Oh, second one. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it
What's
was an
your number
honorable
8?
mention for me, so it's up there.
Mm-hmm.
My number 8,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel like it's gonna be on yours, it's gonna be just higher up. Cadet Kelly.
Yes. Me looking to see if it made my list. No, it has to be an honorary mention. It was my number 9,
Hmm.
but I had to bump it down because I
Okay.
started seeing some of the other ones. But
Hmm.
yeah, Cadet Kelly was one of like it was up there.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
why.
that was a good one.
I used to make my bed and, like, I don't know why I wanted to be in the military, but, like, not actually in the military. Yeah.
You wanted to be in that camp that they were in.
Yeah. Like, I wanted to
Yeah.
I don't know, as I'm a weird kid and I liked structure, and so I was like, "Yeah, I have to make my bed and I have to be safe and stuff."
Girl, that was me with Tiger Cruise. It
Mm,
didn't make my list, but Tiger Cruise made me want to be in the Marines.
mhm.
Well, not I didn't want to be a Marine. I wanted to be the daughter of a Marine. My number 7, this would be higher up, but I'm considering this an older Disney Channel. It's the Cheetah Girls.
Yeah. 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 So
Yeah.
so I
Honorary mention?
yeah, it's not on my list. It's so sad. I told you. Okay, let me tell you, the top half of my list is wild. There's a lot going on in the top half of my list that, like, is purely based on nostalgia. Cheetah Girls,
I'm curious to get there.
it's a good number 7. It's a solid franchise. It meant a lot to us. I love the music. I love
Mhm.
the actresses. It was beautifully done. Very, very good.
Yes, always a cheetah girl, cheetah sister.
Oh, it's a cheetah. Yep. So my 7 was Stuck in the
Alright.
Suburbs.
Oh, okay. I
It's
didn't think that was gonna
higher.
make your list for some reason.
It's
Ah.
higher. It's higher up. I was a Brenda Song stan, so
Mm.
mhm,
I wonder then if one of these other movies is in your list.
possibly. I
Possibly.
don't. Oh yeah. Oh, I know what movie you're talking about, and yeah, it is. It is on my list.
Okay. My number 6, and I'm curious if you've seen these, Xenon Z3.
Okay, I used to be scared. I used to be
Really?
scared of the Xenon movies. They almost made my list, but because I was at a time scared, I was like, it's okay.
That makes sense because there's remember I told you that I know which one is not making it on my list?
Mhm.
I'm curious if it made it on your list, but I'll reveal it later just in
Okay,
case
but
it's on yours.
Xenon specifically the third one.
No, I think I said Xenon Z3 because that's the one I saw, but
Mm,
all of the Xenon movies were just
mhm.
really good. Also, Raven Simone was in the first movie, but then she got replaced in the second movie, which is something I hate that movies do. I'm like,
Replacing.
please keep the same
Well, there
people.
has to be conflict of schedule probably or something, but
Probably.
she was a cheetah girl.
But yeah, true, true. All
Mhm.
right, what's your number 6?
Camp Rock.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
I love
Oh,
the
I'm
Camp Rock
really curious
movies.
about this top
I'm
list.
telling you, I went crazy. I went crazy. Anyway, Camp Rock, I specifically the second one. I'm gonna put the second one above the first one
Mm,
because I like the fact that they lost. I like the fact
I
that
like that
they lost.
too. They
It
didn't
was the
win.
first
Yeah.
time in a Disney movie where, like, they didn't win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Also,
true.
Nick Jonas
I
singing
like that.
"Introducing Me," one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yes. That's my number 5, Camp Rock.
Nice.
So we were right there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Camp Rock, I mean, it's unbeatable. It's good. Again, Demi,
The
the
Jonas
Jonas
Brothers.
Brothers. The fact that they didn't win in the second movie, I love that too. I thought it was cool because I mean, it would be so predictable if they won, you know?
Yeah. Wasn't Demi's mom in the movie, Selena Gomez's mom in Wizards of Waverly Place?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that too.
I love those crossovers.
Mhm.
I loved seeing that. Um, but yeah, that's my number 5. What I mean,
Yeah.
yes. What's your number
Mine
4?
is no, I'm still on 5. Camp Rock was 6.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, I thought we matched.
No.
Okay, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is Lemonade Mouth.
Ooh,
It was almost
interesting,
higher. In
interesting.
fact, this one and number 4 are, like, interchangeable.
Okay,
Okay,
that
this
makes
one and
sense.
number 4 are very interchangeable, but I love Lemonade Mouth. It is a masterpiece of a movie.
It is like the songs. I recently rewatched it. The songs on there were, I think that's the best Disney ever came out with.
The
It was so good. It
representation.
was like,
Oh yeah, Determinate.
yes,
She's that girl.
yes,
Beautiful.
yes.
And the tall white one rapping, the redhead.
Oh yeah,
Him rapping,
yeah.
that came out of nowhere. I was like,
It
"Okay."
really did, but it was good.
Yeah.
It
I
was
was like,
good.
"Okay, go off, white boy. Go off."
Yes.
Yeah.
I did feel really bad for the guy though. The guitar, I think he was the keyboard or the guitar player.
The one who liked Naomi Scott?
The one from Dog with the Blood.
Mhm. I felt bad for him
I
the
felt
entire
bad for
movie
him.
too. And they had some real stuff going on in the movie. Like
Mhm.
there was some real stuff like with her with the tall white guy. I forgot his name.
I don't know what his name is, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so him, like, with his dad dating, like, a college student, and, like, that was, like, weird, and then, the main
Mhm.
girl and, like, her cat dying, and her not having like,
Bridget
her
Mendler?
dad yeah, her dad being in jail, like, it was a real movie, like, my heart was wrenching. It was so good.
Yes, I love that one. It's higher up there for
Yeah.
me. I'm thrown off because I started off with number 1, but then I, like, had to bump him down, so I got rid of my number 1. Okay, so my number 4, I can't remember what you rank this, but my number 4 is Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure.
Oh, it was an honorable mention for me.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm,
Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure was just again, I love Ashley Tisdale
mhm,
and Austin Butler was in it.
mhm,
I loved it. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just such a good movie. And I
mhm.
love that she kind of got her justice through that because the High School Musical movies, justice for Sharpay.
Yeah. She was just a little crazy. That's it.
Yeah. Well, do you know the way I see it is Gabriella came out of nowhere. She just took everything that Sharpay built. So, yeah, blame a girl for, being a little crazy for trying to protect what she started.
Well, I don't know about all that. I still think
Nah,
justice for
but
Sharpay, but I mean, Troy never wanted to date her before Gabriella
no,
got
not the
there.
Sharpay thing. Not the Sharp I mean,
Not the Troy
not the
thing.
Troy thing.
Yeah, everything else I understand.
Forget Troy.
Everything else I
Forget Troy.
understand. But like the Troy thing was
Yeah.
like, I was like, no, because I told you I hated cheating. I hated cheating trope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I hated the whole Troy thing. It was more so for me the thing with Gabriella coming in and trying to take the whole like well, she didn't intentionally do it, I guess,
but Sharpay deserved better.
but Sharpay built it. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
movie was
No.
really good.
Yeah.
My number 4 is Starstruck.
Mm. That was a good one.
I don't know. It was a good romance movie, honestly, for like being a child. Like, yeah,
So good.
yeah,
I just recently rewatched that one too.
yep.
Starstruck was my number 3. So I totally
Ah,
agree.
yeah. Oh, okay,
Also, like,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
also like, what's the guy from Sunny with a Chance was on there?
Yeah, Chad.
Yeah, but what's his actual name? Do you
I
know?
don't know.
I don't remember what his actual
Chad
name.
Dylan Cooper.
But
That's
yeah,
all I know. Sterling
yeah.
Knight.
Also,
Sterling Knight.
and the other guy too was on there.
Yeah, yeah. His he plays his best friend
His best friend.
in the movie, but then in the yeah, I know who you're talking about. Not Grady, but the other one. I don't remember their
Yeah,
names. I'm really bad with names right
me
now.
neither.
My brain's not functioning.
Same.
Making
But
this list was already enough brain power, but yeah, he was also in that movie. Yeah.
yeah, but that one was a good movie, so I agree. But what's your number 3 then?
My number 3, I think this is like a hot take. I don't think I this was one of my favorite movies of like I used to rewatch this movie over and over and over and over again. Like I don't even know how to describe it, but Minutemen,
Oh, really? I've never seen that one.
I love that movie. I don't know why. I haven't rewatched it recently, so I have no idea. But like they used to put on their little snowsuits and they used to travel in time in their little wormhole, and I don't know why. I just really love that movie.
I'll have to rewatch that one because I don't think I ever saw it.
It was a crazy movie.
I'll rewatch it and then I'll come back to you and I'll tell you.
Mhm.
Okay, my number 2 was Lemonade Mouth.
Okay, I was like, where is it on the list?
Yeah,
Oh,
that
so
was
for
my number
me,
2.
Lemonade and Starstruck could be changed. I could have
Okay,
put Lemonade Mouth higher than Starstruck. I don't know why in the moment I
okay.
didn't, but I that one could be changed. So we would have been on the same track, but yeah. So
Mm,
Lemonade Mouth.
okay.
My number 2, which I think since you mentioned it earlier, and I think it might be your number 1, but is Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior.
Oh, okay, no.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not on my list,
Okay.
but
Wendy
that's an
Wu
honorary
Homecoming
one for
Warrior.
me.
That movie, I don't know, I guess it was representation at the time. I don't know how, like, correct it was, but I just Brenda's
Mhm.
song, everyone in that movie, the entire storyline, I love that movie.
Me too. It was a really good one. It didn't make it on my list, but it is an honorary mention because it's such a good movie.
Mhm.
Like, I should have put it on my list somewhere here. I'm mad now.
Yeah, because you mentioned Stuck in
In
the
the moment,
Suburbs when we were talking about and then
yeah.
you were like, "Oh, there's another movie." I thought that you meant Wendy Wu. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Mhm.
But it didn't make my list.
Yep.
Again, in the moment, we were
We
just
did
full of
this so in the
adrenaline.
moment. Yep. Like I said,
Okay.
I think we have the same number one then.
Ooh, I wonder.
I don't know. Go ahead.
Princess Protection Program.
What the heck? No, High School Musical. High School Musical wasn't even on your list, Crystal?
Oh, you know, it would be
She put
High
Sharpay's
School Musical.
Fabulous Adventure, but not High School Musical.
Listen,
You
listen.
wouldn't have Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure without High School Musical.
Yes, yes. See, High School Musical was gonna make it on my list, but I don't consider it a Disney Channel original movie for some reason. I consider it like its own thing because High School Musical is unbeatable. Like
Yeah, that's why
High
it's
School
number
Musical was
one.
it's its own thing.
Okay. Okay, Princess Protection Program. I really, really questioned really hard whether I wanted to put that one on my list or not, and I decided not to.
Really? Why?
And
Why do
which
you
is
think it didn't
crazy
make
because
your list?
I recently rewatched it and it wasn't actually, I don't know, it wasn't as good as I remembered
It
it to
wasn't as
be.
good.
Mm-hmm.
See, I think I attached the nostalgia to it because
Mm-hmm.
when it came out, like
Selena
Selena and
Gomez and
Demi
Demi,
in the
yep.
same movie, it was iconic. So
Mm-hmm.
it had to make it on there. But yeah, no, High School Musical did not make it on there for me, but it would have. Again, I think it was like in the moment
Yeah.
too. But honestly, like I don't know why, but just the Disney Channel original movies and High School Musical, I see them as separate for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
That's my reasoning. But yeah, High School Musical unbeatable. If you had to pick between the three movies, which one would be your number one?
That's not fair.
In the moment, don't think about it.
The second one.
Me too. The second one was the best. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the resort,
And like
the
them
football.
breaking
I
up,
mean, the football,
the
the
golf.
baseball.
Oh, the baseball and the golf.
Yeah,
And them breaking
everything was
up.
so good. It was perfect. Are
I
we
gotta go
delayed?
my own way. Are we?
I don't know. We just keep talking over each. Okay.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
gotta go my own way.
Mm-hmm.
Iconic.
I can't dance.
All of them.
That movie was more iconic, I think. I
Bet on it, bet on. Is
Mhm.
that the first one or the second one?
Bet
It's the
on
one where
it
he's in the
is also, yeah,
golf course,
that's the
right?
second one.
Okay.
Yeah. It's number two, number one, number three for me. Just nostalgia
Yeah.
based, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But I was the biggest High School Musical stan ever, so I had to put it at number one.
That makes sense. It would probably be my number one too, if I considered it a decom. I think
Which you
because it was
don't.
so big. I know. I think because it was so big, I think it's like its own thing. You know what I
See,
mean?
that's the thing is like number three, I wouldn't consider a decom because number three was in theaters, but number one and two
Mm.
definitely.
Oh, okay, okay.
Mhm.
That makes sense. I think that's why I also probably thought of it as like
Yeah.
its own thing. So, lastly, we're gonna speed through this one here. It's the Pixar movies. This one's really hard because there's so many good Pixar movies. There's like good old movies and there's good new movies.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to pick.
Yes.
But I think we both pretty much stayed with the
Older movies?
like
Yeah.
the classic ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Again, we're gonna do five up. My
Yes.
number five is Toy Story.
Okay. The entire franchise or the first one?
The entire franchise, but
Okay.
I think maybe hot take, I like the number four the
Is that
most.
Lotso?
It's the one where they like escape and they're in that like fair or carnival thing
Oh, with the
and they
spork?
get like separated and they have to come back. Yeah, but I hate the spork.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good one. That was my favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is your number five?
My number five is Up.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
it was the first 3D movie I'd ever seen. It's emotional. I'm telling you, Pixar is hard to pick from, but Up is at number five. I know.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
My number four. I had started out with this one, but I had to change it.
Mm,
So my number four is now The Incredibles.
okay. Yep. Yeah.
What's your number four?
Incredibles is another good one. My number four is Ratatouille.
I
I
forgot about
love Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
I love Ratatouille. I love Ratatouille.
Justice for Ratatouille. I mean, Justice for Remy on my list. He didn't make it.
I love Ratatouille. I love it.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
He would make it on my list, but I forgot
Yes.
about Ratatouille. Okay. My number three is Cars.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite?
I'm sure that's probably gonna rank higher on yours.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
Of the Cars movies, the first one. I think the first one is just. I never got to see the newest one.
You haven't seen the third one?
No, is it on Disney Plus?
I yes, and go watch it immediately.
Okay, I
I
will.
love the
I will
third one.
watch that.
I love the third one.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna watch that one and I'll report back to you.
Hmm. My number
Okay, so
three
then,
is Wally.
you know, I rewatched that one recently and it's good, but when I was younger, I was scared of it
Mm.
because of the whole like end of the world thing.
And I, on the opposite end, was like, this is why we need to take care of the world. Like, I was such an environmentalist at such a young age. I was like, this is why we need to save the planet, guys, because if we don't, we're gonna end up just like them, and I don't want to go end up like them. I don't want to be fat and in the, that, like, and unable to walk like that big.
Yeah, on
And
little
like,
floating
yeah,
machines.
I didn't want to be that. And so I cared a lot about Wally. That movie made me cry. I have never cried that much in a movie than I did in Wally as a kid. I cried so much.
Mm.
Like that movie, oh, very close contender for being higher than number three.
Well, I'm surprised then that it did make it on
Hmm.
your number three. I'm curious what made it higher then. Well,
Hmm.
I know one. I think I know one.
You do.
So my number two is Monsters Inc. I think it's just a classic one.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
Monsters Inc.
Randall
It's so
scared
good. I
me.
also like, really? Oh yeah, he was a little
You
scary
also
lizard.
like,
Monsters University.
mhm.
What was your number two?
My number two is Finding Nemo.
Oh, you know, that one's a good one. It just didn't make it on my list, but it is a really good one. Also, Finding Dory.
Yes, yeah. Finding Nemo was my favorite childhood movie. It was
Mm-hmm.
like one of the first movies. I have it on like every platform I could, like DVD, VCR. I have a little light where if you squeeze it's Nemo, and if you squeeze it, there's like an orange light. I used to make my parents rewatch that movie a lot. Yeah, I really like fish. I really like the ocean. And so, yep. And this one was also very close to being number one, but something better.
Higher.
Hmm.
My number one was Up because
Oh,
it's
okay.
just so good.
It's a very good
Yeah.
movie. It
And
is a very good movie.
it's one of the saddest movies I've ever seen.
Hmm.
It's one of the movies that made me cry.
Hmm.
And but it has a good ending and I loved
Hmm.
it.
So my number one,
Nyla, let us know what your number one is.
hold on. Just give me 1 second. It's
If you
Cars.
saw last week's episode.
2 weeks ago. It's Cars. It's Cars. I don't really have much to say. I also have a
It,
gibbet of Lightning McQueen on my Crocs because I can't get the Lightning McQueen Crocs because they sell out too fast.
someone get Nyla the Crocs.
Yep. Yep. It's Cars. Okay, when I was making this list originally, I thought Finding Nemo was gonna go higher because Finding Nemo was like my childhood favorite. And then I thought Wally was gonna go higher because I like love that movie and I live by that movie. But honestly, like Cars just holds such a special place in my heart. If you ever been to Disneyland, the Cars land there, you feel like you're in Cars. Like yeah. Owen Wilson.
So cool.
Pachow.
Honestly, like now, ever since I saw the Cars movie, all I see are faces on cars.
Mhm.
Every car has a face. There's some grumpy cars, there's some happy cars, there's
I
some
see it too.
silly cars. I don't know why, but I just have this like fascination with lifestyles.
Hmm.
And I know that's animated, but I thought it was so cool, like seeing a car's life come to life. And like just like when they would stop at gas stations,
Hmm.
when he was doing that, like the road that turns, like
Hmm.
life is a
Life is
highway.
I
That one,
love that
yeah.
song. Yeah.
That part was so good.
Mhm.
You know what? I agree. It is probably a number one. It would make it
Yeah.
up there. I have to see number three, and then it'll probably rank higher.
Number 3 made me cry. I don't know, the Cars franchise is just so good.
Yeah.
But
Okay. I might be
yes.
agreeing with you. I'll come back after I watch the third one and I'll say if it moved up higher.
But Up being number 1, like, putting Up at number 5 was really difficult, that there were, like, 4 other movies ahead of it for me, because Up was so good. It was so
Hmm.
sad.
Honestly, though, Pixar doesn't miss. I
No.
don't think they've made a bad movie.
No, I love Pixar.
Like even Bug's Life, which doesn't get as much recognition,
I loved Bugs
I
Life.
loved it.
Mhm.
Hmm. Again, it
Brave?
goes back to the whole fascination with lifestyles.
Mhm.
Brave is so good.
Yeah. No one talks about
Brave,
that movie enough.
Justice for Merida.
You know, she's my favorite, like, I mean, not going into, like, now the Disney princesses, but, like,
Oh, so
Merida's
like,
up there solely because it's a Pixar movie. Like, Merida's up
yeah.
very, very high on that list because it's a Pixar movie.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. That movie was so good. I think it took me a while to watch it, but when I watched it, I was like, I've been missing this my entire life.
Mhm.
Also, I love her accent.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Anyways, that was really hard. I think that was the hardest episode we've had to film.
Yeah, that definitely was. You know, if you wanna see us rank anything else and wanna put us through this again, comment down below, let us know. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you so much for listening to another week of us. You know, this pod wasn't originally supposed to even be us ranking things, and then Crystal came up with it, so here we are. It was supposed to be different, and so don't worry, you will still get that episode at a different time, but here is us just talking nostalgia and ranking our favorite movies and TV shows.
Yes. And it was so hard. So please, because we put ourselves through this stress, like and subscribe, turn on
Yeah.
those post notifications so you guys can get to know us a little bit better through our podcast. And we upload every Wednesday at 6 a.m. Also, you can check out our podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcast. And again, you could check out our socials, link down below. But like Nyla said, thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to us. We appreciate you guys.
Let us know your favorite Disney Channel original movie, your favorite Disney Channel show, Nickelodeon animated show, and Pixar movie. Let us know down
Yes.
below.
Let us know down below. We are curious. And remember, there's no wrong answers
No wrong
because
answers.
honestly, I'm not even sure if half of my list are like set in stone.
Yeah, no, definitely interchangeable.
But again, sorry for the spam. Bye, guys.
See you later.